Hi friends, so I'm just taking a walk on this beautiful January day and decided I wanted to share some interesting points about starting your New Year's correctly or the right way. First of all, of course, it's good to write everything down, to write down all your goals, your things you want to accomplish, things you want to improve, and hopes that you have for the future. Then it's always good to write down your prayer list, all the things that you hope and pray God to do for you. And it's good to write everything down, especially starting in January and then going every day, writing down all your thoughts, all the mistakes you made, all the things you want to get better at. They say paper is very patient and it will forgive anything. Yeah. So where were we? Okay, so paper is patient. Write down anything you like. Some people burn down the page if it's a very sad or very emotional, very angry paper that you wrote about a person or something happening to you. They burn it down and make it seem like nothing happened. But a lot of people state it's best to good to keep the diary for future years. When you go back to it, you'll be amazed by the deep thoughts you had at that moment. When I was reading Tolstoy, he was stating that all his deepest and most interesting comments happened when he was in his despair, when he was the most lowest in his life. For some reason, our mind thinks the most greatest things when we are sad, when we are hurting. You have to write everything down, all the thinking that you're going on in your mind. Sometimes you get the most wisdom. So by keeping a diary, it is very beneficial, especially if you are a Christian, to keep a spiritual diary, to keep track of all the wisdom and blessings that God gives you, and also to keep track of all your prayer requests, the ones that God has listened to you and blessed you with. It's also a good thing to keep track of all the interesting things that you heard, like interesting sermons you heard. Do a few dots about it, a few words, a few statements. It's good to keep track of those things because we as people are so easily forgetful. We may hear something and then we forget. But if we write it down, then you won't forget. And my goal in life is to remember more blessings that God gives me. So they say, like, when the Israel people have been in the desert for a while, and that when they finally came to their promised land and they had like a temple, God told them, put a whole container of manna into a jar and keep it for remembrance that you were always fed. And in the Bible, there are a lot of verses about remembering things. Remember the Sabbath day. Remember the laws that God gave you. Remember the way that you came from, that God took you out of Egypt, and all the things, because God wants his people to remember what he did for them. He wants people to count their blessings. Counting your blessings actually are very beneficial because it makes you thankful. And when you're thankful, you're happier. It's like a tree that you see right now. It's all the blessings that you have right now are all those oranges on the tree or lemons, whichever they are. But it only happens when you're thankful. If you're not thankful, you don't see those fruits. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is it's very important and very wise to keep a journal, to write down all your thoughts, all your prayers, all your blessings. Like I keep track of all my blessings. I write down one the first day of the year, and then I go every day. I count and I count and I count, and then it's like a game. I want to see how many I get by the end of the year. 500. Oh my goodness, I had lots of blessings this year, or more. I think one year I had like 600 something. So yeah, it's good to keep track of those things. And then when you look back, you see all the things that God gave you. You're just so happy and so blessed and so thankful. So that's really why you should keep a journal. But a lot of times it's good to keep a journal when you are feeling low too, when you're feeling depressed, when you're going through things, to write things down to see how you can get better at things, why you're going through things, why. It's a good tool to use to make yourself better, to discipline yourself. It helps to write down the Bible verses that you love, the Bible verses that God gives you, opens things for you that you've never seen before. So yeah, it's a good thing to keep. So since we just entered into 2022, it's never too late to start keeping a journal. Any notepad will work. I mean, the binder will work. Anything that you want to just have on your desk and write things down. People sometimes write it on the computer, whichever you like better. I like paper and pen and to color things and write things down. But I know even writing on the computer is fine as well. And you can go back and you can save it and keep track of it. So this is a video to keep track of things for God, to keep track of things for yourself, for your family, for your spiritual well-being, and be blessed. I hope you have a great year this year. We are full of hope that this year will be good. This year will be blessed. Take care. P.S. One last thought. Today I read that God only gives things to people who are asking for it. If you know what you want and you ask God to give it to you, God will bless you with it, if it's His will. If you don't know what you want and God gives you something, you don't even know if you want it. So you're not thankful and you don't know what you want. He may not give you anything. People who have goals, who know what they want from life, they go and get it. They go and accomplish those goals with prayer and godness, with God's blessing. Because if you don't ask, you will not receive. So start your journal by asking for things from God. Ask for things that you want Him to do for you. And see those miracles happen. Because I believe in miracles. Do you?